What's up, y'all? Hope you're having a happy Friday. Um, I don't know. This is a weird day for me. All right, I'm gonna start my show off. Let me see what's going on YouTube. A little frazzled. A little frazzled. I don't get frazzled fast. I mean, stuff don't frazzle me. All right. Shout out to Leafy. I appreciate you coming through, man. You here early today. You here early today, Leafy. Let me see. Yeah, let me get my shout outs early. Shout out to Don D205. Gotta shout my guy out. Um, you can catch him on Twitch, Don D205. I say about 12:22. Always say 12:22 Eastern Standard Time. It's AM. You know, just pop in and give him the support. Let him know Post sent you. Um, you can catch him on Instagram, Don D205 TV. And you can catch him on Twitter, Don D205. Yeah, I'm still reeling from them shutting down my account. Well, it's suspended. I'm trying to get it back on Twitter. My boxing video game movement. I built that account. I think I got almost 2,000 followers on that account. And I wasn't really like on my main account, my Poetic Drink account. I wasn't really like too focused on making that like my main account. Now I gotta make this my main account. Yeah, I gotta build this account up. I just wanted to have a separate account from, my Poetic Drink account. All right, yeah, I'm rambling. Um, yeah, I got some things I want to talk about today. Oh yeah, shout out to Leafy for being here early. I'm gonna say that again. Who else here? Let me see who else here. Oh, it's just Leafy. All right, yep. Is everything going good? They really suspended your account too. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with that. I sent the petition. I mean, I sent the appeal, and them appeals they they take forever, if anything, if they even look at it. So I don't know. I appealed it, and I kind of know what went wrong, and that's not my fault. That's the way their system is built. That's not my fault. Um, yeah, let me stop rambling because I don't want this show to sound weird. All right, what we doing? What we doing? All right. Today I'm gonna dig deeper. Oh yeah, this is what I want to talk about. The survey. I'm gonna talk about it early today. The survey. Y'all have to. I need y'all to support the survey. Y'all signing your life for what? Why is it so hard for y'all to support the survey? Why is it so hard for y'all to support the idea of a survey? It's not taking anything from you. It's just the same thing as you scrolling on somebody's site. It's the same thing as you going on undisputed site and you're not and you they're not giving us any information. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's weird. Um, I don't know. All right. Just support the survey. All right. The breakdown. I'm talking about. I'm gonna do some breakdowns today. I'm gonna break down what's missing from boxing video games today. What's missing from boxing video games today? All right. Modern boxing games don't fail because of graphics, licensing, or even budget. They fail because they misunderstand boxing as a systems and philosophy level. True combat identity, styles, and stats. Give me a second, y'all. True combat identity. Styles don't equal stats. Styles doesn't equal stats. Most games reduce boxes to stats. To ratings. Power, speed, stamina. That's not boxing. Boxing is identity. Boxing is identity driven. Boxing is identity driven. Pressure versus counter. Outside versus inside. Risk versus control. Rhythm versus disruption. A prime example. Floyd Mayweather isn't just high defense. Mike Tyson isn't just high power. What's missing? Style systems that force behavior. AI that forces differently beyond sliders. AI that fights differently beyond sliders. Trade-off that creates strengths and vulnerabilities. Right now, every boxer becomes a variation of the same template. Right now, every boxer becomes a variation of the same template. Consequences-based fighting. Punches land, but they don't matter enough. Punches land, but they don't matter enough. Real boxing has layered consequences. Disrupted balance. Vision impairment. Punch hesitation. Psychological pressure. Games treat damage as lower health, closer to knockout. What's missing? Localized damage systems. Eyes, rib, legs. Progressive impairment, not instant debuffs. Fight altering movement, momentum swings, survival mode. A jab should set up a future problem, not just score points. A jab should set up future problems, not just score points. Footwork as a primary mechanic. Footwork as a primary mechanic. Most boxing games treat movement as positioning. Most boxing games treat movement as positioning. In reality, movement is offense and defense combined. Look at Muhammad Ali. Ring control movement. Vasily Lomachenko. Angle creation as offense. What's missing? Weight transfer systems. Pivot-based advantage creation. Foot placement affecting punch effectiveness. Right now, punching is the game. Movement is just how you get there. That's backwards. That's backwards. Let me see what you're saying in the chat. What's up, Boxing Lounge? Yup, all boxers can back foot just like Roy Jones. One side doesn't fit all. Exactly. All right, clinch. Clinch, dirty boxing, inside fighting. Inside fighting is also non-existent or shallow. Real boxing includes clinch control, frame fighting, short punching, referee interaction. What's missing? A full clinch control system. A full clinch system. Control, escape, punish. Inside stamina attacks and positional dominance. Referee behavior affecting flow. Referee behavior affecting flow. Without this, half of boxing is removed. Without this, half of boxing is removed. Stamina that actually means something. This is another session that I'm talking about. Stamina that actually means something. Most games treat stamina like bar. Most stamina treats stamina like a bar you manage. Real fatigue is neurological, is reaction time drops. Mechanical, slower feet, not weaker punches. Mechanical, slower feet, not weaker punches. Strategic, less output, more mistakes. And this is what I was telling somebody, because people be making up their own rules about what boxing is. They make up their own rules of what boxing means. They think because you are tired, your power disappears. They think because you are tired, your power disappears. It doesn't disappear. It's just slower to get there. When you tired, your punches move slow. When you're tired, your punches are slower. All right, a key misconception. Boxers don't lose power first, they lose speed. Boxers don't lose power first, they lose speed, timing, and discipline. What's missing? Output versus recovery trade-offs. Fatigue affecting decision-making windows. Desperation behavior under exhaustion. Right now, stamina is a limiter, not a transformation. Right now, stamina is a limiter, not a transformation. Fight Night Round 4 did inside fighting best. In my opinion, no boxing game I know has hidden and holding. When you're tired, your output drops. Yeah, your output drops. That's in real life. That's your output drops. But people think that you're supposed to lose power. You don't lose power. You lose momentum with that power. Just everything else. Everybody they make up their own. That's why I say with casual fans of boxing, they try to have too much input of what boxing should be. No, stop saying what you think it should be or your thoughts. That's not what it is. To me, as a casual to anything, you should want to learn. Stop being so outspoken about something you don't know. It's like a casual person telling Tyson Fury how to be a champion. Let me see. Conor Benn looks weight drained as heck. 154, 147. Conor Benn just look weird. I don't know. The only thing about what Conor Benn he comes in. He comes. Maybe the weight drain might be better for him because Conor Benn likes throwing punches. So maybe the weight drain might play to his favor because he loves throwing punches. So that means he might be able to throw more punches. It might work for him. Might work for him. All right. A key misconception: boxers don't lose powers first. They lose speed, timing, and discipline. What's missing? Output versus recovery trade-offs. Fatigue affecting decision-making windows. Desperation behavior under exhaustion. Right now, stamina is a limiter, not a transformation. All right, fight flow and momentum. Real fights have narrative arcs. Real fights have narrative arcs. Early reads, mid-fight adjustments, late fight desperation or control. Games feel flat because there's no momentum systems. No adaptive opponent intelligence mid-fight. What's missing? Round by round AI evolution. Corner advice that actually changes tactics. Momentum swings tied to performance. A fight should feel like a story, not a loop. A fight should feel like a story, not a loop. Defensive depth beyond blocking. Defensive depth beyond blocking. Defense is not just block, slip, parry. We don't have parry in the game, but I put it in there. Defense is anticipation, positioning, risk management. Think James Toney rolling shots. Pernell Whitaker making punches miss by inches. What's missing? Layered defensive systems. Punish windows for failed defense. Skill-based evasion tied to timing and positioning. Right now, defense is reactive, not predictive. Right now, defense is reactive, not defensive. Not predictive. AI that thinks. I know we getting into the AI because a lot of y'all this is for the people that play offline and they play against the computer. Before y'all get your panties in a bunch. I'm for everybody. I'm not like everybody else because the online people are for the online people. The offline people, oh no, the offline people, to me, the offline people support online or offline. But the online fans, they only support the online fans. They don't want there to be an offline. All right. AI that thinks, not just reacts. AI that thinks, not just reacts. AI in boxing games follow patterns, uses sliders, reacts to inputs. Real boxers set traps, condition opponents, adapt mid-fight. What's missing? Memory systems. AI remembers your habits. Trap setting behavior. Style-based decision trees. Without this, single player becomes repetitive fast. Without this, single player becomes repetitive fast. Career mode with real stakes. Career mode with real stakes. Like I told you, I'm touching on everything. Career modes are often linear, repetitive, shallow. Real boxing careers involve promotion politics, risk versus reward, matchmaking, reputation building. What's missing? Negotiation systems, purse, risk, exposure. Injury affecting long-term performance. Rivalries that evolve over time. Career mode should feel like managing a career, not climbing a ladder. Career mode should feel like managing a career, not climbing a ladder. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me see. Ben has been on the Source, in my opinion. I think so too, because his father was on the Source. 150 is the catch weight, but he weighed in at 149. Yeah, I don't believe Ben was natural versus Eubank Jr. in the second. I don't think so either. What's up, Aaron? Shout out to Aaron. Aaron up in here. Let me see. Fight Night Round 4 and Fight Night Round 3. Top 3 best boxing sims ever. They does a little stretch to call them sims, but they were the closest too. All right. What's up, Box Eye View? Appreciate you coming through. Box Eye View been here every single day, man, and I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, it was the closest too, but I think it's a stretch to call him sim. Let me see. Authentic risk. Modern games avoid punishing players too much. Modern games avoid punishing players too much, and this is something I've been saying because they're trying to keep they trying to put the gloves on. They trying to make it for the casual to make it accessible. And my thing is, that's what options are for. That's what options for. And it's like they don't want to give options. They just want to force everybody into one mode. And that's the problem, which is the stupidest thing in the world. Everybody should have options. But boxing is built on risk. One mistake can change everything. And that I remember this was something that Ashton was saying in the beginning. this is what Ash was saying in the beginning. One mistake can change everything. That's how the game was built in the beginning. One round can flip momentum. That's what they were saying in the beginning. I know a lot of y'all don't remember that. And some of y'all not remembering it on purpose. What's missing? High risk, high reward mechanics. Real vulnerability windows. Punishment for predictable behavior. Right now, games are too safe. Right now, games are too safe. You know why they're too safe? Accessibility. Accessibility. But my thing is, when you make the game too accessible, it chases the boxing fans away. When you make the game too accessible, it makes the boxing fans run away. And my thing is, accessibility should be about options, not forcing people to fight one way. Y'all keeps talking about accessibility. Accessibility is when you have access to play the way you want to play. Boxing games are designed like generic fighting games with boxing skins. Instead of simulating the sport of boxing, they simulate the idea of punching. Boxing games are designed like generic fighting games with boxing skins. Instead of simulating the sport of boxing, they simulate the idea of punching. Boxing games need to shift from input, animation, damage to decision, position, consequence, adaptation. Boxing needs to shift from input, animation, damage to decision, position, consequence, adaptation. Let me see. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Boxing Lounge said, excuse me, high risk, high rewards. That's round 3. The game with the highest mechanical skill ceiling. Analog power, not digital power. I think that should be an option. That was one of my things I always said with EA. Using the stick or the button should be an option, and they can be tuned to work accordingly. A lot of people they feel like the sticks is make the punches feel the sticks make the punches feel more realistic. But that's, to me, that's like you throwing punches. It's like a person throwing from punches from a certain style. That's how you feel what's more effective to you. To me, buttons or sticks, that should be an option for the player base. And that's one of the things with accessibility. But they have to be adjusted accordingly. Yes, the buttons can be tuned, but EA never patched it. Exactly. And that's one of the things, because even when I was talking to Brian Hayes, shout out to Brian Hayes. Brizzle. We used to conversate, and that's one thing about Brizzle. He's one of the guys. That's why I say Brizzle is different from these Steel City developers. Brizzle actually talked to me. Brizzle actually enjoyed me being in the me and Brizzle didn't have like fleshed out conversations because he knows that would have went against what was going on, but he said little things, or he agreed with a lot of things I said. He liked what a lot of things I said. Because I used to always challenge him. Some of the other people on the teams, they didn't like to be challenged. They wanted to be right. Brizzle, he was basically, Brizzle was a boxing fan. Brizzle, Brian Hayes is a boxing fan. Because some of the stuff that he was looking at, we were looking at the same thing. And we was laughing. Because we both had the same mentality. But the thing was that EA had a certain foundation that they wanted to build on. And I know a lot of people they're going to make EA more than they're going to, hey, EA don't know what they had. Hey, EA don't know, like they're thinking for EA. That's why when people say certain things, I'm saying that ain't what the game is. You're making the game what it's not. That's like when y'all say Fight Night Champion is realistic and these different games are realistic. The developers never said that they were realistic. And they knew they weren't realistic because EA model is hybrid. Their games are always going to be hybrid. That was the big thing with Mike Wang. When Mike Wang went to help EA, when he joined the team and he was making the game realistic, when he was making NBA Live realistic, and they were starting to look good that year, EA brought him in on a meeting. And he see that they was using Mike Wang as a just using him as, hey, they got Mike Wang. We're gonna have a realistic box game. Their thing is they would have had people thinking, hey, if Mike Wang's on the team, even though I know the game don't look realistic, it's realistic. Because they were trying to change his philosophy of what realism should be. And when he went to that meeting, he left. He left immediately. He said, oh, they're not trying to change. They brought me in here as it was a trick. Hey, we'll get them a realism this game, a little bit of realism this game, and then we'll go right back to what we usually do, a hybrid game. It would have been a little realism, but leans more in the arcade realm. That's EA model. Realism, but lean into the arcade realm. EA called Round 3 the most authentic boxing game. Look that word up. Look that word up. That's why Will Kinsler used that word. Look that word up. When you use authentic, you could frame that word, especially in the gaming industry. Look the word up. I had to look it up because I was like, hold up. Because I remember all them years I was saying because that's why I say realistic sim. That's why I always say realistic sim. I never use authentic until recently. I start saying realistic. I mean, authentic. With really, it's so I rebranded it a little bit, but authentic you can change it because that's how you keep from getting sued. Saying authentic is a slick way in the industry of not being sued. Because you can be like, hey, it is authentic. Look at his boxing trunks. Look at his boxing boots. Look at the character. But is the gameplay authentic? We said the most authentic boxing game. And they can't even use the word most. They can't use the word most. Authentic, because they can say authentic. Once you say authentic, they just start pinpointing things in the game. Yeah, it's funny. SCI, they trying to be slick with their wording and stuff. They trying to be slick with their wording and stuff. They do a lot of things because they got to be real careful. They have to be real careful in how they move, the words they say, and the things they do. And even when I attack them or say things about them, I gotta be smooth. I gotta be smooth about what I say. I gotta be smooth about what I say. That's good. That's why we was excuse. There, go on. Excuse me. That's why it was so easy for them to kick me out the forum without a warning. It was so easy for them to kick me out the forum for one because it's people in the forum that said some crazy stuff that they won't kick out because they're major content creators. It's people in the forums, I mean in the Discord, that have said some crazy stuff that I think should have got banned, but and I'm not hating, I'm just saying, but you like literally no warning, no nothing. Poe got banned from the Discord. Let me see. Let me finish reading. That's weird. All right. What boxing games still don't understand? This layer isn't about features, it's about systems and tech. Most boxing games don't fail individually, they fail because their systems don't talk to each other. Because their systems do not talk to each other. I'm going deep on y'all. A lot of this stuff is deep, is game industry conversations, because a lot of y'all be always thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm talking like this because developers watch these videos and stuff, and this is for the developers. This is for the developers. I appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Punching without setup logic. See, these words right here are game developer words. Logic, systems, architecture. That is game development conversations. Game developer talk. Systems, all of this stuff, that's talk. That's game development talk. But y'all always attack me for being passionate about what I know can be in a video game. I can't accept surface level stuff. It's like you accepting somebody saying, hey, this is a Benz, and all you got is the emblem. Like somebody saying, hey, this is a Benz, we giving you a Benz, and all they gave you was the emblem. And guess what? The Z is missing from Benz. All right. Punching without setup logic. Punches exist in isolation. Real boxing is built on punch, reaction, openings, jab, data collection, exploitation, misses, punish window. Look at how Canelo Alvarez sets traps with fence. Terrence Crawford switched patterns mid-fight. What's missing? Fence systems that force reaction. Fence systems that force reactions, not cosmetic animations. Bait mechanics. Invited punch. Counter window. Information gathering as a real phase of the fight. Information gathering as a real phase of the fight. Right now, you throw punches to land instead of you throw punches to learn. And that's the thing is, I understand that you throwing punches to land if you're a casual fan. But as somebody that watched boxing and know boxing, you throw punches to learn. All right. No concept of ring geography. No concept of ring geography. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. What's up? I'm Precisely. You in here? Yo, man, I thought you weren't gonna be in here, man. I appreciate you coming in here, man. You in here, man. You made the day. Yeah, you in here. I made my day. Shout out to I ain't see him yet. Shout out to, because it's a Friday, so, and I know Fridays, when you're a working man and it's a Friday, I know what it is. Family time. Buy or the father, the money in the house. We going shopping. We're going here, we're going there. So shout out to Lamont Davis. Shout out to Lamont Davis. Shout out to all the fathers, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to all the fathers. I appreciate y'all. And one day I'm gonna get my son Seed in here. My son Seed. He got my name. If y'all see my name on PlayStation, that's my son. And y'all would think it's me. We had the same voice. We sound alike. It's like a little you could tell a little change in the cadence a little bit, because he sound a little bit like his mother too, to me. But everybody say we sound like twins. Like when my father, you should hear me, my son, and my father talk. It sound like the same person talking at the same time. And that's the funny thing. All right, let me stop telling y'all my family history. All right, back to the show. No concept of ring geography. The ring is treated like a flat arena. The ring is treated like a flat arena. But in real boxing, center control equals dominance. Rope, danger, or strategy. We cannot fight on the ropes. We cannot use the ropes. We can't use it as a strategy. And guess what? And this, I'm story time. I used to fight on the ropes sometimes. Even though against my trainer wanted me to do it, because he was like, yeah, get off the ropes. Stop laying on the ropes. So people be like, get off the ropes, lay on the rope. My thing, it was a strategy. Because my thing is, a lot of people think when you're on the ropes, they got you. I'm a shorter guy in the heavyweight, in my division. And I'm on the ropes. A lot of people see that as a bad thing. My thing is, it's a false security. I gave people false security. They got me on the ropes. And there, a lot of times when people got you on the ropes, they like to swing wide. A lot of people, when they got you on the ropes, especially in the heavier divisions, they like to swing wide. Me, I'm on the ropes. Relaxed. Up the middle. Boop, boop. Hit him with uppercut. Boop, boop. Short hooks. Boop. Knockout. Drop him. Hurt him. All those. So the ropes, see, that's the thing about the concept of the way they are making these video games. All of these things that I'm saying, we should be able to do in a boxing game. My thing is, if I was in a studio, all these concepts, all these things, ways of thinking, I would be relaying to the game. I mean, to the studio. Because when you're on the ropes, you should be able to fight certain ways. There are things that you should be able to do. If my opponent is not capitalizing off of the things that may seem like I'm doing wrong, I should be able to capitalize on what he's not capitalizing on. If he's doing slow punches, boop, boop. We don't have this in the game. That's the things that I'm talking about. A lot of y'all be saying things, but I boxed. I have boxed. So yes, I'm going to be more passionate. I'm a gamer and a boxer. I'm a gamer and I'm a boxer. The only thing that I'm going to say this. The only thing with Coach Anthony, even though he's a trainer, Coach Anthony wasn't around when I was boxing. But even though he's a trainer, he accepts what Fight Night is and accepts what Undisputed is somewhat. But he's not giving the same knowledge that I'm giving. He's not looking at it the same way. To me, Coach Anthony is kind of looking at it like a fighting game. And my thing is options. Hey, if you want a fighting game, hey, that's you. If that's the options you want. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Nothing. All right. All right. No concept of real ring geography. The ring is treated like a flat arena. But in real boxing, center control equals dominance. Ropes equals danger or strategy. Corner equals traps. Corners equals traps. And that's not always, and that is not always the case. It can be the case, but it's not always the case. It's jokers that cornered me, that I allowed them to corner me, just for them to run into something. Just for them to run into a punch. So don't let that be a thing. Don't let it be like, hey, he's trapped in the corner. He can't do nothing. That shouldn't always be the case. Example, Triple G cutting off the ring. Tyson Fury using space to neutralize threats. What's missing? Ring zones with mechanical meaning. Center, ropes, corner. Ring zones with mechanical meaning. Center, ropes, corners. Movement penalties. Rewards based on positioning. AI awareness of space control. Right now, the ring is visual. It should be, the ring is strategic terrain. It should be, the ring is strategic terrain. No psychological layer. Boxing is mental warfare. Boxing is mental warfare. A boxer under pressure hesitates, makes mistakes, abandons strategy. Think about Deontay Wilder when chasing a knockout. Vasily Lomachenko overwhelming opponents mentally. What's missing? Confidence, moral systems. Confidence, morals, or moral systems. And moral systems. Panic states under sustained pressure. Composure affecting punch, selections, and defense. Right now, boxers don't feel pressure. They should break under it. Right now, boxers don't feel pressure. They should break under it. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Nobody's saying nothing? Okay. No true timing system. No true timing system. Everything is input based. Everything is input based. Most games reward button speed, input memorization. Real boxing rewards timing, anticipation, rhythm disruption. What's missing? Timing windows tied to opponent movement and rhythm. Punishment for predictable cadence. Benefits for breaking rhythm. Right now, faster inputs win. Instead, better timing should dominate. Instead, better timing should dominate. Combos without consequence. Combos without consequence. Combos are treated like pre-built sequences for damage. Combos are treated like pre-built sequences for damage. But real combinations create openings, shifts balance, manipulate guard. Example, Manny Pacquiao overwhelming with angles. Sugar Ray Leonard mixing speed and deception. What's missing? Combo logic tied to opponent reactions. Diminishing returns for predictable patterns. Combo branching based on what lands, what misses. Right now, combos are spam. They should be adaptive chains of decisions. Right now, combos are spam. They should be adaptive chains of decisions. And don't get me wrong, because a casual fan or some players in general will throw spammy punches, will just throw punches. And that's okay. But my thing is, don't force things to happen. Like, hey, if I'm defending against, excuse me, if I'm defending against these spammy punches and spammy things, don't force them to be effective if they're not really effective. If I'm saying that right. No missed costs. No missed costs. Basically what I was talking about, kind of. Missing punches is almost free. Missing punches is almost free. And real boxing, missing drains energy, breaks balance, creates openings. And let me get this straight. Missed punches depend on how hard you're throwing the punches, like when they drain energy. Because if I'm throwing arm punches, a lot of y'all don't know what arm punches is. But if I'm throwing arm punches, which I'm not putting my weight or anything behind it, there should not be any drain of energy, or very little, very slightly. But every miss is not always a drain punch. It depends on the momentum of your punches, how you're throwing them. All right. Missed punches is almost free. In real boxing, missing drains energy, breaks balance, creates openings. What's missing? Vulnerability frames after whiffs. Vulnerability frames after whiffs. Stamina penalty tied to how badly you miss. Stamina penalties is basically what I was just saying. Stamina penalties tied to how badly you miss. Counter windows based on overextensions. Right now, missing doesn't matter. It should be one of the biggest risks. Right now, missing doesn't matter. It should be one of the biggest risks. Referee is just decoration. Referee is just decoration. The referee is usually irrelevant. The referee is usually irrelevant. But in real fights, they control clinches. They influence pacing. They affect outcomes. What's missing? Referee penalties, strict or lenient. The variable clinch break timing, warning, and point deduction systems. This is what I'd be telling people. Referees makes a lot. I mean, referees actually depending on the referee, and this should be a thing because you know when there's a certain referee, how the fight is going to play out, kind of. Certain referees let you fight a certain way. And that's what should be in the game. Not how the player feels the referee should act. You don't control the referee, player. You should not be saying, hey, the referee should have acted like this. The referee's supposed to do this. The referee don't supposed to be how you think they should be. All referees do not referee the same way. So get that in your brain. All referees do not referee the same way. All referees do not do the same thing. All of them have the same leniency. Some of them are more strict, and some of them let you fight more, let you do things more. May not see certain things because of their angle. What's missing? Referee personalities, strict versus lenient, variable clinch break timing, warning and point deduction systems. This directly impacts inside fighting, defensive survival strategies. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me see. Am said lack of stopping power and torque behind punches. Yeah. But everybody shouldn't have stopping power. Everybody shouldn't have that stopping power. All right. I'm precisely said there's too much upper body torque on the rear straight right to the head. And I think that should be according to certain boxers. Because when we say torque, there's certain boxers that do certain things, or especially with their athleticism, that other boxers can't do. Because let's say a person like, if we had, what's his name? Ben Whitaker in there. He's going to have more torque or more movement than certain boxers. Or if we had, what's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And my mind just went blank. We had, y'all know what I'm talking about. My mind just went blank. But if we had him in the end, and we was fighting like Prince Nassim. We had Prince Nassim. His movement, even Roy Jones in some of his fights, his movement, we would say his torque and different things he do shouldn't be. I mean, certain boxers, yeah, all boxers should not be able to do everything the other boxers should do. It should be realistic to the boxers. But the way Steel City does things is everything across the board. As I said, it got to be fair. In boxing, there's no fairness. Your strategy is what makes it fair. Your strategy of the way you fight what makes it fair. And my thing is, it's just like with a fighting game. That's why I feel disrespected by the way they made this game. In a fighting game, you know this character is powerful. Y'all know this character is powerful. But you learn, you adapt, you learn ways to beat them. You might not beat them the same way every time, but you learn ways to beat them. So in boxing, there shouldn't be everything the same across the board. Every character in a fighting game doesn't fight the same way. Eddie Gordo fights like Eddie Gordo. All of them fight differently. They do things that they do. Everything should not be across the board. Anchabi, Will Kinsler, and the rest of the crew, everything should not be across the board. Let me see. I agree the torque behind the straight is abysmal. Like, let me see. It makes the punches look weird. Let me see. Adam said, I agree the torque behind the straight is as abysmal, like somebody overshooting the punch instead of attempting to hit the straight target, which is why it whiffs. And I think that, like what I was saying, some boxers, it should be accordingly. It should be according. Let me see. All right. No injury carry over within a fight. Damage resets. Excuse me. Damage resets too cleanly between rounds. In reality, swelling worsens depending on your cut man. In reality, swelling worsens depending on your team and your cut man. Cuts open more easy depending on your cut man. Body damage accumulates. That right there, and your team can help you stabilize you a little bit. All right. What's missing? Round to round degradation. Excuse me. The degradation system. I don't know why that word gave me a hard time. Round by word, round by round degradation systems. That means you're degrading. That means you're degrading. And it depends on how you fight, because some people don't fight to a way that makes them break down like other fighters. Some boxers have the wear and tear on them because that's the way they fight. Because I could be beating the mess out of somebody not really doing that much. But the other boxer, he's throwing everything. He's just throwing everything. But I'm blocking everything. Block, 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 block. I'm blocking everything. Blocking, stepping back, blocking. And I'm hitting them. Boom. Hitting them. Boom. Hitting them. Boom. Sitting on my punches. Boom. Staggered him. He's hurt. Next round. Blocking. Hit him with 2 punches. Boom, boom. He's hurt. His face got face damage. Hit him with a body shot. He's damaged. That stuff is carrying over. But me, why should I be damaged when I'm not being hit or hurt? So it should not be that the game makes it that, hey, they both should be hurt. They both should be in the same predicament. My thing is, if I'm doing the bare minimum, but I'm effective, I should not be tired, and I should not be hurt. Because let's say I'm fighting in the way, like let's just say I'm walking you down. I'm just walking, slow walking you, just blocking, letting you throw punches at me. Boom, boom, blocking. Why should I be tired? Why should I be tired? Let's say I did the slow walking, just blocking and just hitting you with 1 or 2 or 3 punches, but you're throwing everything in the book for 3 to 4 rounds. And then I set back and say, I got him. And I just let go. Boom. You know what a casual person gonna say? He cheated. That's wrong. The game is garbage. And that's crazy because that is boxing. That is a person that is boxing that use boxing knowledge and use a skill level. In boxing, there are different skill levels. There's different ways of doing things. Like right now, if I was to go to a gym and do some sparring, I know y'all say, oh, bro, you ain't sparring. Like right now, if I was to go into a gym and do some sparring, I haven't been in the ring. So what I'm going to do is block a lot, throw a couple of punches, block a lot. I say I'll probably be able to get him 2 rounds, probably, if he don't catch me with body shots or anything detrimental. And I would get boom, 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 blocking, boom, 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 body shot, hook, or do those stuff like that. And that's what I'm telling. See, it's the difference from a person that never boxed, stepped in the ring, never trained anybody or anything. It's different from them as a fan or on the outside telling you what boxing should be. Because a lot of them are using, I'm starting to notice more and more, I never really paid attention to it. A lot of people are using fighting game logic for a boxing game. And that's the same logic that the developers are using. They are using fighting game logic for a boxing game. And we allowing it. We allowing them to use fighting game logic for a boxing game. And this is the stupidest thing in the world right here. Check it out. They're saying they got to change things up to make it more competitive. It's boxing. boxing is naturally competitive. A boxing game fits esports more than anything. What changes do you have to make for a competitive sport? What changes do you have to make for boxing that's a competitive sport? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And y'all falling into the trap. These people that's in the leagues, these people that's so-called gamers, they competitive gamers, y'all don't know how silly y'all sound. Boxing is a competitive sport. So the game being realistic will make it competitive. So the game being realistic will make it competitive. Make it make sense. Y'all not making sense. If they make the game realistic to what boxing is, it will be a competitive game. Right now, each round feels fresh. It should feel like ongoing deterioration. Deterioration. All right. No corner intelligence. This is another thing we don't have in the game. Even if you're playing yourself. Excuse me. Let me see what you're saying. What's up, PLO 617? I appreciate you coming through. I pulled all of the time online, and the defense wall when blocking is crazy. The more I play it, the more I dislike it. Of course, the game is lacking in so many areas. The game is lacking in so many areas. Let me see. No corner intelligence. Corners are cosmetic or passive, but in real boxing, adjustments win fights. Strategy shifts round by round. Think Emmanuel Stewart guiding mid-fight changes. What's missing? Tactical advice that actually alters AI behavior. Player choices between round, risk versus recovery. Corner chemistry affecting performance. Corner chemistry affecting performance. And I know y'all saying this is more of the player playing the game. No, because I've seen people, even when they're playing against other opponents, the corner still tell you stuff. The corner still has intelligence. I seen with Fight Night Champion, one thing that they got right is the corner. When you come back to the corner sounds like a corner. The corner sounds like a corner. Just needed little tweaks. Your corner chemistry affects performance. And this is where, like your corner, the people that you have in your corner, and this is from you picking your corner people. This is something that we should have in the game. You're picking your corner people. Each person in your corner should have a skill, and it should matter. And your skills can link up, because the chemistry can change and the chemistry can mess up what's going on in the ring. And that's where the corner mode can be a great thing. And that's where the corner mode can be a great thing. The chemistry system. There should be a chemistry system between the boxer and his team. There should be a chemistry system. Y'all got to look at this. I'm thinking like a boxer. I'm thinking like a gamer and a boxer. There should be a chemistry system for boxers. It makes the game more fun. It makes people want to play the game more. It makes people become more in tune into boxing. But a lot of y'all will say, Poe, you're asking for too much. We're not asking for enough. We're not asking for enough. We really are not. I'm not asking for enough. I'm not asking for enough. No risk, reward economy. No risk, reward economy. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat before I go on. All right. Nothing. All right. Everything is flattened. And real boxing, aggression equals opportunity plus danger. Aggression equals opportunity plus danger. Defense equals safety plus loss output. Defense equals safety plus loss output. Power shots equals payoff plus vulnerability. Power shots equals payoff plus vulnerability. I want somebody to try to throw a power shot at me. That's why in a lot of my fights when I fought in the amateurs and in the pros, I did some dangerous things. I got caught one time in the pros. And what caught me was not the punch. I got hit with the guy and he pulled me down. But that was a vulnerability to me. But my thing is, when you do things without really thinking, you make yourself vulnerable in boxing. All right, what's missing? Clear trade-offs in every action. Clear trade-offs in every action. Systems that punish one-dimensional play styles. Systems that punish one-dimensional play styles. Incentives for calculated risk. Incentives for calculated risk. Before I read this is one thing I was thinking about. Steel City is happy that boxers are not in the studio. They're happy that boxers don't question everything. Is Steel City happy that a person like me is not in the studio? Because I'm going to question everything that they do. Because they're going to say, hey, we got to make it more accessible. We got to make it more casual player friendly. We got to do this. We got to do this. And I'm going to say, well, what about options? What about giving us this? What about giving us that? Because once that person learns from playing casually, he's going to want to get better. That person that's playing casual, he's going to want to drift into playing more hardcore or more realistic to what boxing is. You want to make a casual fan a hardcore fan. You want to make a casual fan a hardcore fan. But if you're not giving him an outlet to create, a lane to become a hardcore fan, he's not going to. If you're not giving him a transition, a way to transition to become a hardcore fan, he's not going to become a hardcore fan. Everything he sees is supposed to be casual, simple. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. What's up, What's up, Norton Block? What's up, man? The more I play it, the more I like it. Of course you're going to like it because you're winning. Of course you're winning at broken systems. The systems is broke. You just winning off of broken systems. And I'm not mad at you for winning at it. But if you win at something, like I keep saying, and then there's no shot at you because you my guy. 100% you my guy. But my thing is, a person that's out in the street know how to maneuver in the streets. A person that's in the woods know how to maneuver in the woods. So what you taught yourself to accept, you're going to do well in it. But somebody like me, I'm going to always, I can't be silent. We're not going to get anything better if we accept what Steel City gave us. We're not going to get anything better. Because my thing is, y'all keep thinking Steel City is going to give us a better game just because we hope in it. Just because, hey, they're going to give us a good game, man. They got to. They got to, because the name of the game is boxing. So even though the game has a lot of flaws and a lot of things wrong, the game got to get better next time. No, because what they're doing is they're listening to what the community likes. They're listening to what the community is accepting. So what the community accepts, why should you fix it? If I got a car with 3 tires and I'm going down the street sideways, every day I'm going down the street sideways and my car is making sparks and everything every single day, why should anybody say anything? Why should anybody try to fix it? Why should anybody fix it? And by you saying, the more I play it, the more I like it, that right there is, why should they fix it? Yeah, that's sad, man. And I'm being honest. I'm being honest because some people, they try to like not say certain things, but you as a friend, I gotta be honest. It's sad to say that, because why should they fix the game? Why should they make a better product? Why should they try to make a better product if we got the people in the community that say the game is okay, the game is great? The more I play it, the more I like it. But Ash himself said the game is broken. He said the game is broken. The team says the game is broken. But it seemed like the communities tell them they don't know what they're talking about. It's just like with Fight Night Champion. The people that find a way to play it, they found a way around what is wrong with it to play it. And I respect that. And I respect that. But let's not say that the game is okay. It's basically, when you say what you're saying don't make it, don't do anything different. Don't do anything different. That's what a company is. That's exactly what a company is. Why fix it? Imagine if you, let me see. Imagine if you, I'm trying to find a good example. Imagine if somebody gave you a piece of gold this is not a good example, but this is what I'm gonna use. So imagine somebody gave you something that looked like gold, and you accept it for what it is, but you paid full price for it. And everybody else looks at that gold and see that it's not gold, but you satisfied with it. You accepted it for what it is. Now something is wrong, and you got to try to use that gold to get back value from it. You got to try to use that so-called gold that somebody sold you as gold to try to use it as value to get something, and you can't. It's not living up to what it's supposed to be. My thing is, it's like somebody telling somebody, nah, man, leave him alone. Don't say nothing. But when you don't say anything, why change anything? This is how I grew up. I was always the person that didn't say anything. And I guess that's kind of helped me live to be my age. Because I grew up, I was a big guy. And a lot of people try to use me as, hey, he don't say nothing. I'm going to use him as a victim. If I could beat him up and he's not saying anything or he's not resisting, but I was the wrong person, because a quiet person is a dangerous person. So people come to me and try to use me to look good, and I destroy them. It was people that have families that their families are dangerous in my community. And I got into fights with their brothers. And my thing is, if I get it, I'm going too deep into this. But my thing is, stop letting people think something is better than what it is. Because when you accept it, it stays the same. Why make something better? When everybody comes together and say, hey, you got to fix this. You got to do better. Give us something better. We get a great product. Why do you think Steel City is strategically, people like me are pushing me out the community? Why do you think they're strategically pushing me out the community? Getting content creators, and to the content creators that's acting like they're not, I know Steel City are literally telling y'all have to distance yourself from pro. Certain content creators, I know Steel City is telling y'all to distance yourself away from me. We got things coming up. We got things coming up, especially when Undisputed 2, when we start dropping Undisputed 2 content, we're going to need y'all. So y'all got to distance yourself from Poe. And that's sad. Those are the people that you don't want around you. Those are the people that you don't want around you. They play like they're your friends, but they let somebody talk them out of being your friend. I always have big respect for all the content creators, all of them. And I noticed that a lot of them are distancing themselves from me. They're going out their way to distance themselves from me. And I'm okay with that. I'm a one-man army. Trust me. Trust me. I got plenty of friends, but if you ask them, they'll say, He's a loner. I got plenty of friends, but my friends would tell you I'm a loner. Because a lot of my friends, they're like straight up street thugs. They're in the street heavy. I'm not a people person. I'm not really a content creator. I'm not even a people. It's crazy because all these shows, that's why I'm excited. I got over 200 videos because I'm not a people person. I'm not a speaker. If I would have been a speaker, if I was doing what I'm doing now, back in my EA days, I think we would have had a Fight Night Champion 2. No, we probably had a Fight Night 5 by now. I really think so. I'm serious. I'm not trying to make myself bigger than what I am. I really think so. Because the way people were trying to push me, but I wasn't. I would have been a content creator, like a big content creator, but I wouldn't talk. The developers, that hurt me even with EA. They said, Poe, you're not really that outspoken. That was one of the main reasons why when I went to Fight Night, when I went to the Fight Night round 4. It was 2 reasons that I did not get invited to Fight Night Champion. Because I was not really that out. I said a couple of things, but not outspoken. I say things to Brizzle, but I didn't say nothing as a whole. But the developers, they knew me because of my posts. I'll type, I'll write something, but I wasn't outspoken. I wish I had the energy that my guy Mac Mittens had. I was trying to bring Mac Mittens into the loop. I try to position people that were outspoken. I tried to position people that was outspoken because I wasn't outspoken. I wish I had the same energy I got now back then. We would have had great boxing games now. EA wouldn't have never folded. Because I told them that Fight Night Champion was going to fail. I literally told them. I told them that when they took the buttons out the game. I know a lot of y'all don't remember that. Well, they took the buttons out the game. I was when they told me that before they announced that. I said, y'all made a mistake. I said, watch how the community go crazy. They're going to rebel. So that showed my position in the community. They rebelled. And guess what? EA first they were saying, no, we're not going to add it back in. They'll come around to it. I said, they're not going to come back around for it. For one, everybody should have options. Guess what? They put the buttons back in the game. But they got slick about it. And even Steel City's doing the same thing. They're not calculating the buttons. They're not I'm using the wrong word. But they're not fixing the buttons so the buttons move. The button reactions is just as quick as the stick reaction. So everything syncs up together. It can be done. If they tell you different, it's on them. Anytime they tell you something can't be done, it's the team development. It's what they want to do. Their thing is they keep feeding y'all stuff. Me being behind that curtain, I know there's different things that can be added in games and what can't be added in the game. And when they say something can't be added in the game, it can. If we ask for 100 things, 99.9% of it can be added in the game. If we ask for everything in boxing, 99.9% of it can be added in a video game. The technology is there. The developers are there. We have almost 50 years of game development. We got 40 plus years of boxing video game development. 40 plus years of sports games development. So there's no excuse for the games that we have today. There's no excuse, and y'all keep accepting it, especially us as adults. Especially us as adults. We keep accepting it. Y'all keep accepting the banana in the tailpipe. And to the people that know, they know what I'm talking about. But y'all keep accepting the fairy tales they keep telling you. And I know I'm becoming, every day, I'm going to become more and more of a troublemaker to Steel City, to the gaming industry, because I'm not going to let them keep feeding y'all lies. I'm not going to let them keep feeding y'all lies. And my thing is, if I got to expose everything that can be done, code by code and everything, I will. Code by code, system by system, architecture by architecture. I will show y'all. System by system, I will show y'all. Like I tell y'all, anything that y'all think can't be put in a video game, y'all post a message to me. They say this can't be added in a video game. And I will show y'all the coding for it. I will show y'all it could be added in the game. And they're going to keep telling y'all budget, 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 budget. All of that is crap. That budget, they keep talking about budget, 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 but they keep hosting all these events. Y'all got to start thinking. Start thinking. They're hosting all these events. Steel City is hosting these events. Steel City is hosting these events instead of using that money toward developers, towards implementing things your game is missing. You're hosting events. We getting tired of you hosting the events. Too late for the branding. The branding you should have did early in the game development. Branding should have been early in game development. You're doing it backwards. Start working on your branding after you announce Fight Night. Undisputed 2. My thing is, let EA, and this sound weird coming from me. And this sound weird coming from me. Let EA announce a Fight Night Champion 2 or Fight Night Round 5. I'm on board. Let them announce it. Man, why you always be want to come on right when I'm about to end the show? Give me a second. All right. Let EA invite me, because I'm pretty sure they're going to pull me in. I'm pretty sure EA or some company going to pull me in because they watch my videos. EA watches my videos. The developers watch my videos. Other companies watch my videos. So when one of them finally decide to make a boxing video game, I'm gonna like go all in. I'm going all in. I know the people that I'm gonna try to bring in. All right, let me see. Let me give you the link to the thing so you can come on board.
Yeah, let me let a company bring me and watch how do. My thing is I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years. See, most people they just play games. They just play games. My thing is I do research on every little thing that I can. My thing is I do research on everything. Like when the developers say we can't do this, we can't add this in the game, or this not gonna be fun, that not gonna be fun. Where's the data? Where is the data? That's what I always ask. None of y'all never asked that. Where is the data? Where did that come from? Are you assuming that? Is that something you're saying intentionally so you could build the game the way you want to? Because you keep saying what's fun and what's not fun. Where did you get that data from? Where did you get that data from? Is that your personal assumption? Is that a play taste tester that you picked and that's what they said? You got a fighting game fan that you're play testing a boxing game that they're not really a boxing fan and they're giving feedback. My thing is, why aren't you using boxing fans to play test? Actual boxing fans, not fighting game fans. Because they're going to give you feedback as a fighting game fan. The feedback is not going to sound the same. And this another thing that I noticed. You get people that's hardcore UFC fans to play test. And their mentality is always going to be how boxing should be. How they think boxing should be. Because a lot of these UFC guys think boxing should be structured the same way as UFC. They're two different sports. They're two different things. Even in martial arts, there's different ways of doing the different disciplines. There are different ways of doing the discipline. Boxing is an art. Boxing is a discipline. It's a discipline. Boxing is a part of martial arts. It's a martial arts, but there's a martial art and MMA. Like it's difference. It's differences. It's just a difference. Because hey, in karate, you say, hey, in karate, we got boxing, but there's a different way in that karate. And then when you talk about karate, there are different disciplines in karate because there's different art styles. In kung fu, there's different art styles, different disciplines in karate. I mean, in kung fu. And I know y'all saying Post saying stuff that's out of his one realm. My brother was a martial arts teacher. My brother was a martial arts teacher. And guess what? He also was one of my boxing teachers. He was one of my coaches. My brother was one of my coaches. So when y'all tell me I'm stepping out my realm, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I'm not a UFC fan at all. Will I watch certain people? Yes. Certain people, yes. But sit up there and watch a UFC fight? No. Because to me, watching UFC is like me watching Greco wrestling sometimes. And I hate Greco wrestling. I hate Greco wrestling. Those are the I have fights like that. Is that why I don't like Greco wrestling? No, not at all. But my thing is when I'm fighting them, because my thing is when I'm fighting people and they wanted to immediately start grabbing, I beat the brakes off them. Pick them up, slam them, beat the brakes off them. Yo, Norton, I put the link in. Let me know before I end the show. Let me know if you're coming through or not before I end the show. Let me read some Q&A right quick. Oh, I didn't even finish. I didn't even finish what I was reading. I think Norton distracted me. All right. No risk reward economy. Everything is flattened. In real boxing, aggression equals opportunity plus danger. Defense equals safety plus lost output. Power shots equal payoff plus vulnerability. What's missing? Clear trade-offs in every action. Systems that punish one-dimensional play styles. Incentives for calculated risk. Right now, optimal play styles dominate. Instead, situational decision-making should dominate. The hidden issue. Systems don't cascade. Systems don't cascade. Here's the real problem most people miss. In a real fight, footwork affects balance. Balance affects punching. Punching affects damage. Damage affects behavior. Behavior affects strategy. That's a cascade system. In most boxing games, those systems are isolated. What a real system should look like. A proper loop, position, timing, action, outcome, consequence, adaptation, not input, animation, repeat. Not input, animation, repeat. The brutal truth. Every highly regarded games like Fight Night Champion, Undisputed, still rely on animation priority, input advantage, simplified damage logic. They feel like boxing, but they don't behave like boxing. All right, let me see. Yeah, it's so much I want to touch on, but I'm not gonna go too deep. Let me see. Do some quick Q&A. What's up, my brother Norton? What's up, Solo? Can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Man, I love what you're doing, man.
What's up?
I'm loving the breakdown. I'm loving how you're doing it, man. You know what I mean? We need that type of work, man. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I just love the.
You get me?
Yeah. Okay, my bad. I was hearing you twice, so I had a little echo. But yeah, no, I'm just loving the breakdowns, man. I'm loving, loving the way you're putting in the work,
Yeah, because I'm trying to because like I was saying, it's a lot of studios that listen to my show now. Well, they've been watching the show, but I try to go a little deeper each show.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's why we saying. And like I was saying, I said the people that like the game, they should like the game. I said because that's all you got. But I was saying, I'm not attacking anybody for liking the game. But my thing is, we shouldn't let Steel City get comfortable.
Yeah.
And they comfortable. They 100% comfortable with what they got.
No, I respect what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect what you're saying.
You supposed like anything you handed to you, you supposed to make the best out of it. You're supposed to do good, but you shouldn't be like, well, this the all be all and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, man?
Man, listen, I've been playing the game, and I like to play the game, and then when you go live, I like to check you out because what you be saying is the truth. You know what I mean? A lot of people look at me crazy because they be like, "Yo, Norton like the game." Yeah, I like the game, bro. I like the game. Yes, the game has some things that need to be worked on, but I personally I like it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop playing it. You know what I mean? Every
Yeah.
boxing game we had some things in it that people cried and complaining about. You know what I mean? But this game
Yeah.
right here is fun. I'm you know hoping that they're listening to you and hoping that they're creating a system where if people like you were saying earlier when I was in the car listening to you, people throwing power shots and they missing, they should be vulnerable. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
hoping that they're listening. You know what I mean? So and it was something I wanted to talk to you about. I was talking to me and the Beast was speaking about this game, man, when it first came out. I'm on a Discord right now from 2023. I'm looking up old conversations that we was having on there. We were talking about manual blocking, and one of the developers said that he's not adding that. Period. He just said he don't like the idea of having manual blocking, and I said why? Like it don't make sense. How could you have manual blocking, meaning put your arms up and down, but you don't have a catch and counter system, like how real boxing is? And the guy just said he don't want to do it. And I said, well, you're gonna have people crying and complaining about people spamming, and look what we're having. We're having conversations about people throwing 100 jabs, 400, 500 jabs per fight is crazy. You know what I mean? So they gotta
Yeah.
implement something as a counter, parry, catch a counter, whatever they want to do, but it has to be implemented in this game. It's just a part of
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah, all of that got to be in the game. But that's the thing. But one thing that I was disagreeing with Beast is he want that to be the all, be all, everything. I said no. I said the 6-point thing is. I said actually it's more than 6 points. It's actually more than 6 points blocking. And I said we should be. I said you shouldn't. Everybody shouldn't be able to block the same. That should be a thing that you can do,
Yeah.
but everybody shouldn't be able to block the same way. Defense should be on you, but it should be there. That should be there 100%.
Yeah, and they're going to separate a lot of things too. What I was just what me and Beast were trying to get people to understand back then, like, yo, when you create a blocking system, that's a game in itself. To be able to catch a counter, to be able to block, the move, the turn, the
Yeah.
adjust, the lean. And the big thing people are crying about now is people leaning back. Well, allow people to lean back, but make them super vulnerable. So when they lean back, you get hit in the body, you go down and stuff like that, or you get you get knocked
Yeah.
off balance. So
Yeah.
defense to me is a whole nother game. Defense should have its own built set options to it.
Yup.
Offense should do the same thing, bro. So
Yeah.
because you could be offensively aggressive, you could be a counter puncher. You know what I mean? The defensively should be the same thing. You could just have a regular tuck in your shell. You can shoulder roll. You should be able to have that, even if you don't want to use your defense by using your hands. You should be able to have quick head movement, be able to lean and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I hope
That's why I was laughing. I was laughing, especially when I heard this guy, because a lot of them guys that be like commentators, they don't know what they're talking about. Because it's like they doing certain things wrong about like a counter. Say, how can you counter a counter? You could counter a counter puncher, 100%. It just would be a waiting game. You could counter a person that's countering. Certain things like that. That's what we should have. Be able to counter a counter. We should be able to do certain things like that. Make the body's movement. We was getting them things in the beginning. We was getting that stuff in the beginning. Now we don't have it.
Yeah, I remember they had the rock system. When you get hit, you stumble, they wave a little bit. They took that away. Like, come on, bro.
That's the vulnerability.
But this is something. And I know that you've been on here long, so I don't want to stay on here long. I'm gonna get and go because I'm about to start my live stream up in a little bit. So I wanted you to invite you over there. I've been trying to reach out to you, man. I've been reaching out to you in the Discord.
I know, man.
Where is Beast? Where's the Beast at? Where Beast at?
He hit me up a couple times. My phone messed up, so I don't know. But yeah, I'll be like, Dad, I say he keep asking me to come on the show, but I've been on like 2 hours already.
Yeah.
And I be like, this joker want me to come on his show.
because
And I know I'll probably be on it for an extra 2 hours.
yeah, we need these type of conversations to come back, bro. Like, listen, man, and
Yeah,
shout out to the developers, shout out to everybody who want to see this game succeed, right? Because we know everybody don't. Everybody's not gonna be good at the game. I don't care. You know, their mind don't think like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want to say this, right? When it comes to support from the community, the developers for Steel City did something no other boxing game done. Not only did they allow us to come in early and surround themselves with us, but they gave the community a voice to talk to them. In the way, I don't think that was a good idea. I'm just saying that, right? Because, bro, some people are naturally trolls, bro. You know what I mean? Like they're naturally trolls, bro. You know what I mean? So, and then they get other people to agree with them, even if the other person don't feel that way. Bro, me, you, and Beast, we all talk. We can all agree to disagree and leave it at that. Bro, they're back there calling the developers trash, and then the game is trash. Bro, we begged for this game to be dropped in 2019. We begged for the game in 2020. 2021, we begged for the game wasn't supposed to come out until 2024. We were begging for it. We would beg. We wasn't supposed to get a beta until 2023. So
we was telling them just too early. Too early, and everybody.
Yeah, I'd say that to say this, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. I come in here, bro, and I always support you, bro. I always watch your videos, bro. I watch.
And I'm gonna be turning.
Yeah,
so you're gonna be on the weekend, right? You're gonna be on during the weekend, right?
Well, it's my birthday. My birthday, April 12th. So I'm trying to get this live. It's gonna probably be my last live until Monday. But I definitely want to keep the Pop Off podcast going on. I really think that the news and the way you're pushing it need to be out there more. I'm gonna start paying a little more money to even for advertisement and things like that to get the information out there. Even if we're not just talking about Undisputed, we're talking about boxing. We're talking about boxing video games. You know what I mean? And people gotta understand you have to be able to separate the two, bro. Listen, it's a boxing game, but it's a video game. So people ain't gonna box and do all that you want them to do. Some people are gonna video game it. Some people are going to throw that Lehman punch, they're going to use the video game mechanics. So we need to have these conversations, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. I don't want to take up too much time. I appreciate you, bro. I'm letting you know I appreciate you. You're an elder in here, man. We rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. And I need you on my show, man. I need you on there,
I got you, man.
Show.
I got you, man.
Thank you, man. I'm out.
Appreciate you, man. One, peace. That was Noah and Block Solo. Appreciate you, man, coming through. I'm gonna be on your show, but I can't do no 4 hours in a day. And plus, I'm trying to run out to the store before it get late. I appreciate everybody. You know, shout out to Don D. Shout out y'all one more time. Shout out to Leafy. Shout out to AJ Pax. AJ, what's going on, man? Shout out to Beast. And I see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully. All right, peace. Let me see. Oh, what's up, Charlene Faze up in the house? Appreciate you. Shout out to Charlene Faze. Appreciate you, man. That's what I'm trying to do. Noah, I don't know if you're still listening. Noah, man, help push the petition, man. Nobody in the community is helping me push this petition. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Push the petition. I need y'all, man. Everybody that listens to the show, even the developers. My thing is, if y'all don't fear a petition, if y'all don't fear survey, y'all shouldn't be scared to get people to sign it. My thing is, would y'all allow anybody to put the petition in the Discord, would y'all allow people to ask for people to sign a petition? Would y'all ask? Y'all should ask people, hey, do y'all think we should put out a survey? And that's what I'm doing for y'all. But that's what I'm doing for y'all. It's like everybody say, hey, we your friend, we this and that, but nobody's helping me push for the petition, to sign the petition. None of these guys are signing the petition. None of these guys are signing the petition. Or they asking for a survey. I'm going to end with that. Salute, and I appreciate y'all. Peace. See y'all tomorrow. See y'all next day. Let me see. All right.